everyone, it's Amanda here with your 2017 RuneScope. I wanted to take a moment, first of all, to thank all of my subscribers. Those of you who, also those of you who like, share, comment on my videos. Thank you so much for your support. And especially want to give a shout out to anyone who has ever gotten a private session, a private reading from me. Thank you so much for watching and for trusting me to read for you. A special shout out to my regulars. You know who you are. For those of you that are new to my channel, welcome. This is the yearly overview for all of 2017. I post one for each astrological sign, but I also post monthly videos, monthly RuneScopes for each sign. So if you are new to my channel, definitely click the subscribe button here in the video or below the video, and that will ensure that you get updates whenever I upload the new videos, the monthly videos. Those of you who are already subscribed, you may want to double check and just make sure you are still subscribed. I've heard that Google's going through and unsubscribing accounts that they consider inactive. I don't really know what that means, and I don't really know what it takes to be considered inactive, but definitely make sure that you are still subscribed so that you're getting my updates and not missing any videos. Now, those of you that have been watching my channel for a while, have been following me for a while, you know that this video, the yearly overview, normally replaces the January RuneScope. I don't normally do a January RuneScope. However, this year I have done a January scope. They're available over on my Vimeo On Demand page. You can just click or tap show more beneath the video and follow the link over there, and that's available there. And it's the January RuneScope plus the spiritual guidance card all in one. So you get both. I had a lot of requests for that last year, so I decided to go ahead and do that. Of course, your Career 2017 RuneScope is also over there. If you want to take a look at specifically career, finance, money, all of that good stuff, and what's going to be going on for your particular astrological sign in that area, those are available over there as well. Your love scope for 2017, your love RuneScope, will be coming up in time for Valentine's Day. I should get those posted at the end of January, around the same time I post the February RuneScopes here on YouTube. So those are coming. So I also, those of you that are interested in learning about the runes, I do offer an online rune class a few times a year, kind of just based on demand. If you would like more information about that, just drop me a line at runescopes4u@gmail.com. That's the number 4 and the letter U. You'll find that here in the video and below the video. For your 2017 RuneScope, I will be using, in conjunction with the runes, the Medieval Scapini deck. It's a beautiful deck. A classic deck. It's by Luigi Scapini, and named for him. We're gonna do the first 6 months with one or the other, the runes or the tarot. They're gonna kind of let me know, you know, which order they want to do it for each sign. But so we'll do half the year with the runes, half the year with the tarot, and see what's coming up for you. So let's dive in to 2017. Happy birthday, my dear Capricorns. Welcome to your 2017 RuneScope. The runes wanted to go first with you. So I'm gonna use the runes to cover January through June of 2017, and then we'll use the tarot to cover the second half of the year, July through December. Let's see which runes. Which runes do we need for January through June for Capricorn 2017? What do they need to know? That. Wow, that was pretty amazing. I thought it was going to fall off the table, but it didn't. Now, as always, Capricorn, check the video for your rising sign as well. That will give you additional messages, additional information of other areas and issues you may be dealing with in 2017. If you would like a private session with me, I do those on Skype. They are $65 for 30 minutes. Just drop me a line at my email address. It's here in the video and also below the video if you want to set up an appointment. A new year is a great time to get a reading because we can really take a look at specifically what's going to be going on for you in throughout all of 2017. So drop me a line if you want to set that up. And it'll be specific rather than general. I'm gonna grab this rune. obviously in the future, because it was like, I'm gonna run out the door here. All right, so let's see what we've got, starting with the first part of the year here. Well, we do have Mercury retrograde, as you may have heard, starting off the year. So through the 8th of January, or until probably mid-January, things may be very slow in getting started. This is not a new thing. We have Mercury retrograde around this time every year. If it's not in December, it does usually kind of carry over into January. So, but you may be like raring to go. So this may be frustrating you because it's coming up as your challenge the first part of the year, getting things going. Maybe particularly in regards to academics, study, communication, writing, things like that. If you're in publishing, if you are looking for new work, trying to get a job interview, things could be slow coming to fruition, at least when the year starts off. Moving from December into January, you're feeling like this delay is hurting you or making you vulnerable in some way, but that's just an illusion, okay? I feel like it's kind of maybe just a carryover from, okay, I've been out of work for the holidays, you know, I took some time off and now let's get going, and nobody else is really in that spirit. Things may be slow in coming to fruition. Maybe it's just that you've made your New Year's resolutions and you're ready to get going on those, but you're running into some obstacles at the beginning of January. However, this is the start of a new phase, and I feel like there are some elements or doors that need to be closed before you can fully move forward in whatever area this is, Capricorn. Now, for the first 6 months, some of you may be dealing with trust issues or dealing with people that you don't feel that you can trust what they say in particular, because Ansu's in reverse is always talking about lies, trickery, deceit. But because weird is here, this indicates that it may be coming from a source that you would never think would lie to you, would never treat you this way. Or someone you don't suspect would lie to you. It's like, they have no reason to lie to me. Why would they be trying to deceive me? So, I mean, that's what makes people effective at doing that. It's always, you know, people who can really trick us are the ones that we trust the most. So get a second opinion on anything. Really watch out for biased advice also within the first half of the year, particularly as it relates to academics, work, career moves. Somebody may be giving you advice that is, again, not only biased, but maybe coming from a jealous place. So they may be kind of trying to talk you out of pursuing something or going back to school or going after a goal because they want to kind of keep you where they are or keep you held back where they are. They don't want you getting ahead of them or moving ahead of them. So just be aware of that, Capricorn. And it may not be intentional. It may be subconscious. We're not always aware of the reasons that we're saying and doing things. So this could be, yeah, someone who's kind of doing that to you, not wanting you to advance or move up in your life, because then it's going to make them feel inferior or leave them behind in some way. Now, the help that's going to be available to you first 6 months of the year, again, we're talking January to June, because there are so many of you. And again, these are general readings. Some of this may bleed over into the second part of the year and vice versa. So just keep that in mind. Time frames are the most changeable things when it comes to readings, especially general readings. But the help that's going to be available to you, I do see a lot of joy in career. I do see a job offer coming in. So however slowly or maybe frustrating, whatever delays are coming in at the beginning of the year, they're not going to stay that way. Many of you will be starting a new job in the first half of the year. You may be going into a partnership with someone. For some of you, it may be your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. You may be starting a business with someone that you're also coupled with personally. But whatever this advancement is, there's a lot of joy associated with this. So for many of you, this is a job doing what you've always wanted to do. It is a job that makes you feel, and it's better money too with Fehu here. So, I mean, that always indicates an increase in money. availability to advance, maybe more positions open to you, because so maybe you come in at a higher level and you're able to quickly advance. Some of you may be going into real estate. Maybe that's what this study is, this course of study. You may want to, you know, become a realtor, but you, you know, you're like, oh, I don't know if I would have time to take the classes, or I don't know. I feel like those of you that start this at the beginning of the year, by June, many of you could be on your way to, you know, purchasing properties, selling properties. Some of you may be renovating properties, flipping houses, working on them, investing in a company that does that, or in partnering with someone where it's like you give the capital and they go out and do the work. They hire the contractors and do all the work on the house, because there is a lot coming up with real estate, home. Some of you may be renovating your own home the first part of the year, and you will have the money to do that. You may be turning it into your dream home. You may be building a dream home. Some of you, this can have to do with also family business. You may get money from an inheritance. Somebody may leave you some money, or you may, receive money or property in a will, and you're going to build a home on it. Because there's a connection a bit to the past here, or there's a connection to work you've done in the past, advancing, and you really able to move forward. Very career-centric, particularly the first part of the year. And I do believe that, Capricorn, you have Jupiter in your career house, if I'm not mistaken. You're going to want to double check with your astrologer, but Jupiter expands everything it touches, and having Jupiter in your career house, that's usually a really good year for money and for achieving career goals. So keep that in mind. Those of you that are single and looking, it could be that you meet someone either at work or within your new neighborhood if you're moving. Many of you may be moving for a job and you're able to purchase a house. Sorry about that, Capricorn. Right out of the gate, you're the first video I'm doing, and batteries had to be changed, so love it. I think Mercury's already messing with me. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, you may be advancing, moving up in regards to your living situation. So moving up from an apartment to a bigger apartment, or a condo, or to a home, buying a house, moving into property here. Or you may be renovating, working on some property. There may be some frustration around home. You know, delays and things like that, but it may be due to, just things breaking or things that need to be fixed. But the good news is that you will have the money to fix whatever comes up. What must be accepted about the first 6 months is that your intuition is going to be particularly strong. I feel, especially in regards to career and the moves that you should make and the relationships that you should cultivate. Again, kind of going back to this, you know, trust your intuition when you get a feeling about someone. Don't keep giving them chances, especially if it's in a work situation, because especially if you're going into partnership with someone, or, you know, you have to be able to trust them, and they have to have, you know, I probably wouldn't go into partnership with any new people. This would need to be someone that you, you know, at least have known for a few years, or comes on the recommendation of someone that you trust. For sure. So, there may be a new development of spirituality as well with Legas, because it talks about intuition and, you know, the powers of the feminine. For those of you single guys, this could just be saying that this, you know, you're going to meet a woman who is going to be very, very spiritual, very intuitive, very connected to, the future, prophecy, whether or not it's something that she really kind of, you know, she may not do anything like this. She's just very gifted in that way. So you could be meeting someone who is, or who opens you up to a new spiritual path, introduces you to new things. Those are you guys, and those of you that date women, you ladies that date women, it could be somebody who does kind of enlighten you or introduce you to a new form of spirituality. Maybe even, you know, could be anything from meditation to Reiki. you know, or even just an interest in this kind of thing. So be open to it. I think you'll get a strong feeling about the people you should trust in the first part of the year, and particularly about one woman in particular. This could be a more feminine male as well, but it's someone who's going to help you, someone who's going to, through their own intuition and spiritual gifts, help you. And also trust your own intuition. We all have the ability to tap into that, to tap into Psi, to tap into our intuition. And it's just a matter of learning to trust that. So some of you may be working on that the first part of the year. But there are new beginnings, and I do feel like summer specifically. So as we move into the second part of the year, it's kind of like you're putting plans in progress. There are new beginnings in the first part, particularly with money, but it may be that you're saving up, you're getting ready, you have a goal in mind. Some of you are saving for a home. You're saving to purchase some real estate or property. But you may not actually do it until the second part of the year. But, as you move into January, some of you, those of you that work in creative fields, or where you have to kind of come up with, you're totally the magician, as it were, of a certain project, or you're in charge of coming up with the idea. You may feel a little bit blocked as the year starts, but that is temporary. And again, I think it's just that Mercury retrograde wreaking a little bit of havoc. But by the second part of the year, creativity is going to be really, really flowing. Some of you may also be working on creating a life, because Ingwas is the rune of fertility, and it may happen in the summertime. Some of you may be giving birth in the summertime. So from June 21st, for me, that would indicate June 21st to September 21st, that time frame. Some of you may be giving birth, or you may find out that you are pregnant. I feel like for most of you, this is something that you want. If you don't, take precautions for sure, especially in the summer months. But some of you, I feel, maybe you've had trouble getting pregnant. You're trying out some different avenues, some different options, and it seems like you may be putting a lot of effort into it, like really working on this. And the only problem with that is that sometimes then sex can get boring. It can get routine. You can both kind of, it seems like work, right? You can both kind of get like, oh, I don't really feel like, I don't want to do it again. So do what you can to kind of keep it exciting. I know it can be difficult if you are having to, work within a calendar and do things on certain dates and really kind of be regimented about it. But do the best you can to keep it exciting, or to keep it about the two of you rather than what you're trying to create, what you're trying to do. Because I think you can get bogged down in the routine of it, the rudimentary aspects of it, and even the mechanics of it. And Capricorn, you have a lot of attention to detail. It could be you, and it'll be different for all of you, but it could be you that it's like, okay, we have to do this position, and your partner could be feeling a little less than enthused about the way you're, going about this. So make sure they're not feeling left out of the process. That they're not feeling like, like they're being used, just for this ultimate outcome. But this is the rune that popped out and rolled all the way over there. But this is Thursaz in reverse. So, I mean, this is talking about, and next to Yara, karma, justice, being given for, or being returned to someone who has been foolish or insensitive, very brash, kind of unthinking, just going through life, kind of tearing from one thing to the next, and sometimes running over people and their feelings. Hopefully this isn't you, Capricorn. It's not generally your way. So, I mean, I feel like whatever this is, there will be balance restored. or the start of that may come in June. For many of you, you may be starting to see, well, this person is getting their karma back, or this person is finally learning their lesson. So that can be an element of, especially the first half of the year. But then in June, you may get some information that justice is being served. Some of you may have legalities that you're dealing with regarding this person. You may have to take them to court. There may be a lawsuit because somebody, you know, wronged you. Somebody hurt you. Somebody tried to take advantage of you. This could be going back to this, you know, someone trying to deceive you, lying to you, gossiping about you, that sort of thing. But let's move on into the tarot and we'll see what July through December for 2017 holds. We've got Page of Coins in the reverse coming up as the challenge or focus of July through December. So this could be a child. Pages are normally, I would say, 10 and under. So, an earth sign energy, another Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. So, if this is a child, in the reverse, it could be a child that's not, they're kind of defiantly lazy and very greedy. So, this is kind of a spoiled kid. You know, he or she gets whatever they want. They don't contribute or do their chores. They're not doing their homework. You know, this may be somebody a kid who's not doing well in school, who, you know, the teacher says they're not working to their full potential. And it is true. You know, they're really slacking off. Or behaving totally differently at school. Kids will do that sometimes. It's like, you know, they're smart, but then they go to school and play dumb to get out of doing things. So, I mean, there could be an element of that. So that could be something that colors the second part of the year, maybe the second semester. But this doesn't have to be a person at all. It could also be just things are kind of slow coming into fruition regarding money in some way. So, and I don't think it's your pay, because it does seem like your income is doing well, but this could be maybe you're having trouble saving because you had so much to do, or your expenses are increased this year, or this could be the news that someone's going to be losing a job, you or a partner, or a company's going to be downsizing. That sort of thing. This could be someone close to you who's impacted by this. It could be your child, and they don't have to be, you know, that young, because you always see your children as, you know, quite a bit, you know, as little kids, right? So this could be your kid losing a job, and they have to come stay with you. They have to come live with you for a little bit. And maybe you're feeling like they don't have a lot of initiative to go look for work. You're wishing they would kind of take the initiative a little bit more and really kind of put more effort into looking for work. So, but yeah, this can be disappointing money news. It can also be a project or a situation that you were hoping would take off that kind of stalls out second part of the year. So I don't feel like it's your main gig though. For many of you, especially you that are like freelancers or you own your own business, this could just be, you know, a client that kind of maybe goes somewhere else, or you're not hearing from them the way you used to. And it may be concerning, but I mean, I'm really not seeing that it's going to cover the whole month here. Now, in the present, as you move from June into July, or in those early summer months, we've got Six of Swords. So again, moving, travel, leaving a difficult situation behind, leaving a job behind. So those of you that don't get your gig in the first part of the year, you're definitely getting it in the second part of the year. Because again, yeah, and some of you may be moving because of a job. So it may be at a further distance. You may be increasing your commute, driving longer. Definitely check out your Career and Finance RuneScope over on Vimeo if you haven't done so yet. That's going to hold more details about your career and job stuff. But you have two movement cards here. The Chariot is here as well. So yeah, big shifts and changes. Some of you, I feel like for many of you, it's leaving a job and moving as well, all next year, but it's good stuff. Like you're ready. You're ready for all of these things. For many of you, maybe it's just that this job falls through, and unfortunately, this can mean news of layoffs. Maybe you lose a job, but you immediately have somewhere else to go. So I feel like for many of you, it's just, I'm sick of this place. I'm done being treated like a child at work, or being treated like, you know, not being shown my worth, not feeling like I'm valued, or maybe you're just bored. This isn't passionate for me. So you're gonna take off for greener pastures. And yeah, I feel like the help that's gonna be available to you, we've got King of Swords in reverse. So this guy is normally associated with air sign energy, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, but in the reverse, this could be somebody who's dishonest, who is, you know, not, yeah, definitely, again, kind of going back to the lies and the trickery, the gossip. He can also be very kind of tyrannical and controlling and insulting with his communication. But this guy's coming up as a help to you. So, yeah, so I feel like there's a couple different ways this can work. If this is someone in your life, if they're trying to deceive you, I think, again, going back to this, you know, strong intuition you're going to be experiencing and developing, many of you in 2017, you'll know it. Like, you'll see through whatever this person's trying to do. You'll be able to kind of quash this. Now, for some of you, yeah, I mean, this could be somebody lying in a lawsuit and they get found out, and that works in your favor. That makes it so that you look good. That's what this can be, is like someone lying and making you look good because they're kind of showing their true colors, and other people see it and then decide in your favor. So, yeah, anyone being, you know, dishonest, slanderous toward you, it's going to come out. They will be found out and won't be able to hide that. Now, what must be accepted about 2017? We do have Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups in reverse. So this is normally someone associated with water sign energy, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Any of these people can be male or female, by the way. I just wanted to point that out in these general readings because there's so many of you watching. But so yeah, this is a water sign person. In the reverse, this is somebody who, you know, water can be heavy, and that's what I'm getting the message with this. Someone weighing you down with guilt, with making you feel bad, trying to make you feel bad about something that you shouldn't feel bad about. Jealousy, that may be what it's motivated from, is jealousy or fear. Jealousy or fear. Now, for some of you, maybe this is someone you're moving away from, and they're just like, you know, why, you're leaving the job and they work there. It's a coworker or something. It's like, oh, you're leaving me with all the work, because this person can have like a victim mentality. It's like, oh yeah, it's great for you that you're leaving, but you're leaving me with all this work. You know, that kind of energy. This may be someone who's also dealing with, these people can be prone to heavy drug use, to alcoholism, addiction, because they are always seeking to escape these feelings, this heaviness. So this could be someone who especially has maybe a drinking problem, and is proving unreliable. Could also be someone dealing with depression and just, you know, not able to kind of pull themselves up out of this. Yeah, and I just think that this person is like, you're going to have to maybe be there for this person, or this is somebody that, you know, you're just going to have to like not let them make you feel guilty or make you feel bad that you're advancing. Because I almost feel like they're trying to block you or make you feel bad for being successful. So definitely cut that off as soon as possible. But we end the year with the Chariot card. So, and it's a beautiful card on this. They're all beautiful, but I love this card in this deck. So yeah, advancement, overcoming obstacles, travel. If you're not moving, there's definitely a lot of travel, particularly in the second part of the year, but new vehicles as well. So yeah, I feel like movement, shifts, changes, and travel are all even up through the end of the year for 2017. And it's all stuff you want to do. You know, you are just raring to go in 2017, Capricorn, because these are both cards of extreme change and movement forward. It's like finally, you know, the wall has been there for so long and you've been like, you know, trying to break through it, and 2017, you just bust through that, and you're really like, no one can stop you because the Chariot is quickly advancing. You know, he is charging into battle. The only problem is that, you know, there may be, the horses are trying to go in two different directions always on this card. Well, at least on most of the decks, trying to go in different directions. So you have to kind of get control and not, you know, get caught up in indecision. You know, make sure you're focused. That may be the most, because a lot of things may come at you, a lot of opportunities, and you have to make these decisions, and you may have to make them quickly, and you may feel confused about at certain points in 2017 which direction you want to go. Other people may be part of that. You got a lot of people, especially the second part of the year, you know, maybe try and talk you out of things, or give you this biased advice, or even, you know, lying to you, being dishonest. But I mean, you've got to focus on what you know is right. And that's where this comes in, this intuition. You're just going to feel like, you're going to feel excited about the right opportunity, the right change, the right move, the right location. And, you know, you don't let anyone make you second guess those feelings that you're getting, or the fact that you feel you should pursue this direction instead of that. They're like, oh, well, I would have gone this way. Well, that's you. You're not feeling what I'm feeling. Trust that, Capricorn. And because nobody can feel that but you. Nobody can feel your intuition but you. Yeah, you can talk, you know, what you can ask people all day long, what would you do in this situation? And they're going to give you stuff based on their life experience or their interests, or maybe in the interest of, you know, sabotaging you in some way, depending on who you're talking to. But in the end, I mean, they're not able to feel what you feel. They don't have all the details. They're not qualified to tell you what's right for you. So it looks like a really good year, Capricorn, particularly when it comes to work, advancement, moving, new locations, new jobs, new cars. Yeah, a lot of movement, big shifts and changes. So don't get overwhelmed. You know, you may be at certain points just like, I wish I could slow this down, trying to rein these horses in. I wish I could just slow this down for a little bit. You've been slowed down long enough. You know, I feel like you've already come through that slow year. 2017 looks like a big year of figuring out what projects to keep pursuing, what goals to keep pursuing, and which ones to drop. With this page of coins, if it's not a child, it does look like, you know, this is something that's just not bearing fruit. It's kind of a waste of time, and we're going to have to rethink this. We're going to have to drop this, maybe table this. Maybe I'll come back to this later. And that's particularly the case for those of you that I feel like own your own business, or maybe freelance. There may be something that it's just no longer worth the time. You've got bigger fish to fry. That's what they're telling me. You can make more money doing something else, and it would be in your best interest to pursue that and drop something in favor of other opportunities, so you don't get yeah, stuck in something that's not going to not have longevity and not going to bear fruit for you, particularly financially. So some of you may be putting off school. This can be a delay of putting off going back to university or taking a course. You may have to put it off for a little while. If you don't do it in the first part of the year, I feel like some of you are going to take a real estate course though and be selling properties. Wheeling and dealing and selling properties before we even get to this second part of the year. But some of you, it may be a larger task, or maybe you have to go to a certain school and you're not able to kind of break away maybe until next year. But again, you've got this at the end of the year. So if you can't do it this year, it's very likely you can do it in 2018 because there's a big shift or change again coming at the end of 2017. So just keep that in mind. Just because it doesn't happen in 2017 doesn't mean it's not going to happen, or just because you can't do it this year doesn't mean you're never going to do it. Particularly a course of study or university. Some of you may have a child leaving. That's another thing that comes out. They may be going to college in the fall. They may not be they may have trouble adjusting. That can be another thing that comes up around this Page of Coins. In reverse is like they're just having trouble fitting in. They may feel like, oh my gosh, they took on too much. They may not know if this is the right course of study for them. Just be patient with them because I think by the end of the year, they'll have it figured out. They may change schools. They may change majors. They may go a completely different direction. But it's going to work out to their benefit. Try not to hold them back. Everybody has to find their own way, and it's not always, in fact, it's rarely the way that we would go or the way that we would do things. But so you may have a child that is, or a young adult child who is having some trouble adjusting in university or college. Maybe they're far away, or they want to go far away, or they're thinking of changing their major, because again, big shifts, changes. You may be really attached to what you thought they were going to do or be, and it's going to turn out to be something different. But, you may not have as much of a problem with it as other people, though. Because, again, we've got these people coming up in reverse. So, and neither one of them are you. An air sign and a water sign having problems with that more than you. So, anyway, Capricorn, that is what I see for the general reading for 2017. Again, check your rising sign as well. That will hold additional information for you. Thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful 2017.